Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In our previous videos, we learned on how to install Exchange Server, how to configure Exchange Server, and we also enabled user mailboxes, shared mailboxes, public folder, and also created groups, dynamic distribution groups. And we also learned how to generate email traffic on our test environment using the PowerShell script. In this video, we will see how to install Exchange 2019 on Windows Server 2022. Let's open Edge and go to Microsoft Exchange Deployment Assistant. Click on the first link. Click on the Launch Deployment Assistant. In this page, scroll down and select Exchange. Again, scroll down and select Exchange on-premises deployments. Go to the guide and we want to install Exchange 2019 and we want to upgrade from Exchange 2013. So after selecting these two, let's click on Next. You may need to alter the steps based on your environment. I'm going to do it as per my environment. We do not have any disjoint namespace, so I will select no. I do not have so I will select no. I do not want to create any new public folders, but I want to migrate the existing public folder. And I do not want any Edge servers to be deployed. So after selecting this, I'll select next. So before installing the Exchange 2019, these are the things to consider. Review each of these and once done, click on next. So there are some prerequisites for Exchange 2019. We can also see it here. So these are the prerequisites. You can install the Visual C++, install .NET Framework, and you can do it also from the PowerShell using this command. Once it is done, reboot the server and you are good to go. So required permissions are mentioned here. You need to be a local administrator of the system where you want to install the Exchange server. You need to be an enterprise administrator and schema administrator as we are extending the schema. And also you need to be part of Exchange RBAC role, organization management, to complete the Exchange server installation successfully. So let's click on next. These are some of the information you may need while installing the Exchange server. Most of this information can be gathered from the Exchange server. Let's go to our Exchange server 2013. Go to PowerShell. You can use the PowerShell to get all these URLs. I'm going to share all these commands on the description. As I'm using the same FQDN in all the URLs, I'm not going to worry more about this. So let's click on next. Along with this, we also need to configure the default address book for each mailboxes. Let's go to our Exchange server. Clear the screen. Let's see get mailbox and we will pipe it to select offline address book. As you can see, we do not have any offline address book assigned for any mailboxes. So let's also select the name of the mailboxes. So if the mailbox does not have any offline address book assigned, the offline address book will be inherited by the mailbox database. You can see that it is mentioned over here. Instead of assigning the default OEB to each mailbox, you can assign it to each mailbox database, which will have the following advantage. Like the OAB will be inherited by the database to all the individual mailboxes. So let's see what is there on the database level. To do that, enter get mailbox database and select the name and offline address book of the database. As you can see, all these four databases are having the default offline address book assigned. So let's continue with the next step. Once we have all this information, we can go ahead and install the Exchange server on our Windows Server 2022. Once the Exchange installation is completed, we can also install the Office Online Server if required, but we will skip that in our environment. We can also configure the cache roles and configure the external and internal URLs. We can also work on Exchange certificates. So these are some of the post installation steps. And once it is all done, we will move the arbitration mailboxes to the new server. We will configure the SCP to the new mailbox server, and we will also configure DNS. On the finalization step, we will move the user mailbox, shared mailbox, and public folders. So that should be the final step of installing the Exchange Server 2019. So once it is done, we can also do few other steps like activating the Exchange Server 2019 and working with permissions and hybrid deployments on the Exchange. I will leave this link on the description box of the video. Please go check it out. Enough talking. Let's go ahead and install the Exchange Server on Windows Server 2022. In the backend, I have installed Windows Server 2022 on one of my system. And as you can see, it is having 8 GB of RAM and i5 processor. And I have also joined this system to domain. And the system name would be EX1901. I have also updated this server already. So we can directly go ahead and install the prerequisites for the Exchange server. I have downloaded the prerequisites, Exchange Server 2019 CO12 installation ISO. So let's go ahead and install the required Windows feature for Exchange Server 2019 on this machine. To do that, let's go to PowerShell and run it as administrator. Select yes. Copy the commands which are given on the description and paste it here to enable the Windows features. If this requires a restart, please restart and come back. If not, we can continue with the installation of prerequisites for Exchange Server. So let's go ahead and install the URL rewrite module for IIS. Install the Visual Studio C++ and also install UCMA runtime on the server. And restart the system once. Meanwhile, let's go to ADDS server. Here you can also verify our new Windows Server 2022 is present and go to this particular user which I am using for Exchange installation. In the membership, you can also see this is a member of domain admin, enterprise admin, and schema admin. And this also has the organization management RBAC role to install the Exchange server. So let's click on cancel here and connect to our new server. Mount the Exchange server installation ISO and note down the drive letter. Once it is done, let's open PowerShell as administrator again and run this command to extend the schema on this server. Once this is completed, let's prepare AD with this command. Let's also prepare all domains using another command. We have completed the prerequisites for Exchange server. Let's go to the installation folder. Select the setup file, run it as administrator. Select yes. Don't check the updates right now. Select next. As we did the Exchange 2013 setup using the PowerShell or unattended setup, I want to show you how to install Exchange server using the setup.exe this time. Let's click next. Click next. Let's use the recommended settings and select next. I want to install mailbox role on this, and I will also select automatically install Windows Server roles which are required for Exchange server and select next. The required space is around 6 GB and we have more than that. So that is fine. Let's select next. I don't want to enable malware scanning now. So select next. This will validate the prerequisites on the system and the environment. As you can see, we do not have any errors. We only have the warnings which can be ignored. So let's click on install to install the Exchange server. This is a total of 13-step installation. I will let this install and come back once it is completed. As you can see, setup has been completed. Let's click on finish and restart the system once. As you can see, Exchange Server 2019 has been installed and we see the management shell as well as toolbox. So let's open Administrative Center. Click on Advanced and continue. Let's use the same account and log into ECP. Let's go to servers. As you can see, we have Exchange 2013 with the build number 1497, and we also have Exchange 2019 with the build 3418. So we can also go to database and see the four databases which we have on the Exchange 2013 and the default database which was created as part of Exchange 2019 installation on this particular server. And we do not have any tag as of now. On the virtual directory, you can see some virtual directories from Exchange 2019 and some from Exchange 2013. If you want to only see Exchange 2019 virtual directory, you can just select the server and there you go. Same way, we can check the certificates for Exchange 2019 on the certificates tab. Select Exchange 2019 and we have 3 certificates there. Let's go to Exchange Management Shell and check few things. Test service health to check the Exchange services. All the mailbox roles are running fine. So let's see get queue. The queue is 0. We have 195 plus messages here. We can also see get Exchange server. So both are standard version. We can also see get mailbox database here. And the same databases are here as we saw on the ECP. Let's go to get server components with the computer name variable. And we see these two components are inactive. Let's make it active. Let's verify it again. We have all the components active now. We are running Exchange 2019 with the coexistence of Exchange 2013 here. We can also see get mailbox on our Exchange 2013. So both Exchange versions are working fine on the same environment. That's it for this video. In the next video, we will learn on post installation checks and configurations on the Exchange 2019, and we will try to remove the Exchange 2013 in our future videos. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.